Hey guys, so today they released a secret patch for Battlegrounds, a lot later than they usually do. Balance patch just for Battlegrounds. Right off the bat, we have a few heroes that'll be adjusting armor because of good performance. So Galliowix, Patches. Interesting enough, Patches will have more armor in Heimamar, but I've also enjoyed playing Patches lately too. Death Speaker, Blackthorn, Deathwing, and Elise will have 10 armor. Janice and Cinder Ghost have 12, and then these heroes will need a little bit of buff, and this is where the new armor system really comes in handy. Like, these heroes effectively have less than 40 life, and they can do that now because the base health is 30. So George is 13, Omu and Maleficent have 14, Phelan, Barov, Panda, Silas, and Tess have 15 armor. Zoth and Rag have 16, Cheval has 17, and Nas has 18. And then there's also a lot of buddy updates. So for Kurtrus's buddy, it's a buff going from +1/+1 to +2/+1. No Tavern tier adjustment. Not sure if this will make the hero playable, but it definitely felt unplayable with the old buddy. And this was probably the worst buddy out of all the ones that came out. This is Enhanso Meccano's buddy. It's gotten 2 buffs actually. So the first one is it's now a tier 1 buddy instead of a tier 2. And it's buffing up minions with these types for +2/+2 for each of them. So effectively a huge buff, but I'm not sure if this is enough to save the hero. Reno's buddy got a buff. It got a Tavern tier adjustment to tier 1 from tier 2, and it also has taunt as well, so it'll be guaranteed to die, and just having a free taunt is nice. Hooktusk has a huge change here. It went from tier 1 to tier 4, and basically the effect is completely different now. Instead of offering you more options for the hero power, after you use it, you get gold equal to the remove minion's tavern tier. So if you hero power a tier 6 minion with the normal buddy, you'll get a 6 golds just for free. And then if it's golden, you get 12 golds. So this is like, the hero doesn't work at all how it used to. And the buddy comes a lot later now too, because it used to be a tier 1. I think this hero has the potential to break the game because this is just so much armor, so much gold for using your hero power, and the hero power is already pretty good for early game tempo and finding triples and useful minions later. Now we have Drekthar. Drekthar changed from Avenge 3 to Avenge 2. Also not sure if this will make the hero more playable, but its most similar hero in Vandar was already really strong because health usually tends to be more valuable than attack, especially when it comes to demon interactions too, which I saw a lot of. Like Felbat Vandar was really good. Lich B is also getting a nerf overall in the base stats and also in the amount of stats that you get. So 3/3, 3/3, 2/2, 2/2. This is a pretty impactful change as well for not actually Elise. Like, it's functionally the same for Elise, but they clarified it to be the cost of Elite Explorer, which is Elise's hero power. And you can now no longer get this from ETC. ETC getting this early was incredibly strong because it just changed the base cost of the hero power from 4 to 2 and maybe even to 0 if ETC got this buddy again. Arthas got a pretty big buff here, just having 6 attack. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal, like if you just look at it stats wise, but not having to buff it as much for it to be strong is very helpful, especially since it also adds up with the golden buddy as well, to it being a 12 attack minion. And then we have Festergut, Professor Putreside's buddy. It went from a tier 4 to a tier 3, so small buff, and the attack just got changed by 1. I haven't played this or even seen this hero played much, but always good to see just unplayed heroes being buffed up a little bit. And then moving on to Galakron, also a buff from Tavern 3 to Tavern 2. Then we have Elder Tagalog having a huge buff from this going from a tier 4 to a tier 2, and then the stat adjustment to go with it. I'm not sure if this can even redeem it. Like, if you compare this to Hooktusk's buddy, where it gets more value than this continuously, it's not even close. I have Flight Trainer. I have a buff on Galewing's buddy. It goes from Tavern 3 to Tavern 2. a stat adjustment as well. Pretty big deal. When I was playing Gale Wing, I didn't really keep a golden buddy around too often, but I'd use the first buddy to get extra discovers or gold or stats, and then I'd usually sell it, but I would make sure to have a buddy right when I was about to get my discover for the next turn. So it's just a little easier to get to it, but I think this mostly just impacts like your first, whatever your first major discover is. So maybe now instead of discovering a minion immediately, you can wait and try to time it with the buddy. And then Sneed's buddy, I got a little buff too from Tavern 3, and then stat adjustment. Don't really have much comments on Sneed. Soulkeeper as well, got a buff from Tavern 3 to Tavern 2. Honestly, I haven't seen any Jailer, but I've sometimes picked this buddy just on ETC for some tempo. Rag's buddy gets a little bit of a buff, same tier, it just goes from 5 attack to 6 attack and 3 HP to 5 HP. Birth also getting a stat adjustment as well, and for Greybow's buddy, it's going from 3 to 2, stat adjustment as well. And then this is our first tier 6 buddy, but Sylvanas went from tier 5 to tier 6, and this is kind of sleeper when it came out, but essentially it's kind of like free stats. Like you can use the battle cry to basically double the stats in some minions, and you can also give them to really high value minions. And especially with Chronormu, if you use the second round of buddies on a Chronormu, you can make huge stats on really premium minions. Yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good choice to move it to a tier 6. It's a cool effect, but a little too strong. And then on one of the top heroes of the patch, Scabbs, the buddy also got a slight nerf. Or not even a slight, it was a pretty big nerf, but from tier 3 to tier 4, and also a stat reduction as well. Just really trying to tune down the power of Scabbs. And Shudderwalk has gotten a, I'd say this is a nerf. They did increase the stats, but I think a lot of the power was getting this buddy early and being able to get a lot of high quality battle cries, just to use your hero power on. And then Pyramid got a slight nerf. I've not played or seen this hero really played. Cthulhu got a nerf as well. Probably pretty good on low MMRs. So tier 2 to tier 3, and then a stat adjustment to go with it from 1-1 to 3-3. Henchman got a slight nerf as well from 6-6 to 4-6. And I think for this, most of the buddies that they mentioned here were covered up there. But the ones that weren't were Arana's buddy is now at tier 1. Crazy Monkey. I think this is Mukula's buddy. Mukula's buddy is tier 2. This is Galakron's. This is Illidan's. This is Queen Wogtoggle, Gale Wing, Onyxia. This is Jailer. This is Edwin. Not sure which one this one is. There's Greybow's, and then this is Rella. This is Eudora, Festergut. Not sure what this one is. Sneeds, Brukan, and Akazam are tier 3. And then we have Baby Nazoth, which is Nathos. And these ones are higher. This is Brands. I believe it went from tier 2 to tier 3. Cats is tier 3. Shutter, which you already saw, and Cthulhu. Yogs also went up. Not sure which one this one is. This is Draxus. Maxwell Mighty Steed. Not sure which one this one is. This is Varden. Also not sure what this one is. And then this is Scabbs. I think this one's Guff, Toki, Unsure, and this one is Ticketus. So a lot of the heroes that actually have really strong one-time effects have been changed. And then this is Sylvanas. And then here are two of the minions that are being rotated in and out. So Chronormu's time is finally over, and Razor has been brought back. But I think this might be the most impactful change, actually, of the entire balance patch. Chronormu is really, really big in terms of the meta strategies, especially in lobbies where you're playing stats, because you get more stats without sacrificing any when he had to trade up minions. But yeah. And then just a little bug fix. Oh, and I believe, yeah, this is just when you go to see your last 5 warbands, the buddy icon was like pure white, and now it's probably the actual buddy icon. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, and if you like this content and want more of it, make sure you comment down below and give me a subscribe as well.